Cupcakes for Democracy.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. So I thought today I would talk a little bit about what I did today. I actually went to a vigil to remember people who have lost their lives to ICE. And I went, I've spent about 2 hours there, got to talk to other people who were there as well, um, just protesting against all all that's happening right now in the United States. And um, it was really great to meet other people, that were concerned about what's happening around immigration and, in general, everything that's happening, the authoritarian regime that we're seeing play out here, the war in Iran as well, and stuff like that. And what can I say? It's crazy times, higher prices, all of that, and I guess it was a good time to mention, in my head today. I was having a conversation with somebody through texting, and I realized it's a good time to kind of talk about the fact that, um, you know, why we're seeing a lot of this uh, propaganda machine around some of the stuff that I've seen online of like uh, right wing people, influencers, basically talking about how, look, this, immigrant killed this, US citizen in the US, and how they're all bad and we need to deport everybody. And I was just sort of like, you know, I don't disagree with the fact that if somebody is doing crimes like these things, that they should be deported, especially if they're illegal, um, out of this country. It's that's not a good person, and we should not have people like that. Um, but people who are innocent, children, families who are just trying to make a living and stuff like that, we should have a better immigration system to be able to allow them to be in this country. And that's just my opinion about these things. And I get it, that other people don't feel the same way. So I'm not closed borders or an open borders or any of those extremes. I'm somewhere in the middle. We should have proper, sensible immigration, you know, systems. So, but that's just kind of how I feel about those things. And that's not what's happening, and that's not what's happened for a really long time. That's actually one of the things, my pet peeves about all this, especially when people on the right end up bringing up this idea of how, hey, um, you know, they should come in properly through the border. It's like the illegals should leave and then come back through the system properly to be registered here. And that would be all fine and handy dandy, but unfortunately, for decades, um, politicians have been making it very difficult to allow people to actually come in the proper way. That's part of the issues, decades long of bad, politician decisions that have left us in this mess. Not enough judges, not enough, figuring out ways to accept the people that are here and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it's just been messed up for a really, really long time. Um, and, to expect that what they're doing now, well, that actually brings me to my other point, is like all of the stuff that they're doing right now, it's not even about in the immigration system. I mean, I think it's a much larger issue of racism, right? They're trying to actually get people of color out of this country. That is the actual goal. And I don't say that just because of what they're doing, ICE is doing, and the scare tactics. That's part of it. But I believe that when you look at the big picture, the whole picture, the gerrymandering that's going on, the Save Act trying to get people not to be able to vote and stuff like that. Um, a lot of the people that get affected are usually, people of color that are usually affected by that kind of stuff, and women as well too. And they're obviously going after women as well in this country, with the whole Roe versus Wade and stuff like that. But focusing on the people of color, I mean, Trump has made such terrible comments about, people from the other countries coming here, being animals, and, what other words has he said? Um, well, I can't say the other word, but, you know, S holes. um, and um, yeah, and he's just, what was it? Something about blood. We can't have them, poison our blood, here in this country. I mean, that is all white Nazi, statements. It just, ugh. It's gross, super gross. Um, and so these are all signs, the stuff that they're doing with the TPS, the temporary protective status, trying to get rid of their status and then now leaving them in a illegal limbo here where they can deport them as well too. I mean, these are all just, it's white Nazi propaganda, stuff that they're doing. And I don't like it. And I know that that's actually the real reason behind all of this stuff that they're doing. At least that's one motive that they have, that they're doing all of this stuff. I actually think if you think about like corporations and stuff like that, I mean, they're making a lot of money, so they're happy about all of this, right? Companies that are building all these, concentration camps and stuff like that. The AIs, making all their money for the technology they're using to surveillance all of us and stuff like that. So, yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about all this stuff. Thanks for listening. Hopefully, positive, to end with a positive. I mean, it was great to see people at this vigil and just see how engaged people were. And I just hope to keep continuing to see more and more people get out there, get on videos like this. I think it's important to make these kinds of videos because so much of the internet is flooded with right-wing propaganda stuff. And I think if we're making these kinds of videos, then we're actually putting more, sensible stuff basically out there. Okay, great. Y'all take care. Sorry, I've been gone for a while. I was on a trip with the family. And so I haven't been making any videos for a while. Okay, take care. What did they say? Like and subscribe. And yeah, see you all out there. Take care. Bye.